show you how you can create a really, really good ebook that you can add onto your website and improve your overall offer. So if we were to take a look at this mock-up store here, Carvin, we sell a hair growth peptide oil to help women grow their hair back. So something that I like to do is offer an ebook on top of a bundle offer. So not only they're saving money and they're not having to spend money on shipping, but you can throw in like an ebook. And this doesn't just only work with ebooks. You can do, depending on the product, if you're selling something like fitness, you can do like a planner or a checklist or something. It's a free digital product that you can offer, and it doesn't cost you any extra money, and it also increases the perceived value of the offer itself. To do this, you only need two tools, ChatGPT and Claude. So the first thing you need to do is just simply ask ChatGPT to ask you a list of questions to help you create an ebook. You want to preface it with, what the ebook should be centered around. So in this case, we're going to be talking about women struggling with hair loss who want a natural and holistic solution to regrowing hair. It's important that you address the person, the problem, and what they'll ultimately want and how they want that, right? Like what type of solution they want and how do they want to achieve that solution. Same thing with like, let's say weight loss, right? I help stay-at-home moms get into better shape without having to go to the gym, right? So make sure that you define that, and then you just simply follow that up with saying, I need you to ask me a list of questions that you will help prompt you the perfect ebook that I will then help put into Claude, and it should be about 15 to 25 pages for an ebook, right? We want to make sure that when the customers do receive this ebook, it's going to be sturdy and it doesn't feel just like it was blatantly put together. And this only takes about 10 to 15 minutes to do. So from there, it's going to ask you a list of questions based off of the initial prompt that you gave it. On average, I see it from 20 to 30 questions, and just quickly answer that, right? So I'm going to answer these questions in detail here. Some of them I just simply answer yes or no. And then once it does that, it's going to prompt you. It's going to give you a prompt that you can put into Claude AI. Now, notice that for me, I noticed that once you initially prompt it that way, sometimes it kind of gives like a vague response. And this isn't going to be the full ebook, right? So there's going to be more information generated. But I wanted to clarify that I want this to be well detailed. I want there to be more substance on the page, right? So in this case, I want a mini story. I want doctors and professionals. I want a few customers giving real quotes. So it's going to regenerate that to make sure it's a really sturdy prompt. As you can see here, added in examples and all that stuff here. Something also at the end too that I like to do after I answer the questions that I threw in here is additionally I want the first page before you get into the table of contents to and information should be a small message and note thanking the customer for their purchase and letting them know we're preparing their order right now and it should arrive to them in 5 to 7 business days, however long it takes for your product to deliver to your customers. Just say that, or if it takes really long, just say, hey, we're preparing your order right now and it's getting ready to ship to you as soon as possible. Right, so that way on the opening message when they do open up that ebook, they'll be reaffirmed that they're going to get their product and they're going to be patiently waiting. So from there, all you have to do is literally just copy this prompt here. Literally copy this. You don't need the reference source. Just literally copy this. Actually, sorry, you do need that. You need to copy all this, right? So, oops. What you can actually just do here is go to the bottom here and just hit copy. So once it generates, it's going to copy. We're going to scroll down here. Boom, boom, boom. Make sure this is all good. So yeah, this is the whole prompt. We're just going to copy. Then we're going to go into a Claude project, and we're literally just going to preface it with this simple prompt here. So we're just going to say, I need you to create an ebook for my brand. Obviously say the brand, a hair growth peptide serum brand for women losing hair. I provided you a detailed prompt that you must review and use as the foundation of the ebook. Be sure to also provide a nice design and follow brand colors. And then typo there. And then bring the ebook to life. Ensure you have proper illustrations, emojis, imagery that keeps the reader engaged. And then you just want to paste the ChatGPT prompt in there. Then it's going to start doing all this stuff here. And on the right-hand side, you're going to have a well-designed ebook. So this is the ebook. It took about, I would say, 5 or 6 minutes. And then here it is. So I would quickly read over it, make sure it's all good. But this is honestly amazing. 15 holistic solutions to regrow thicker, fuller hair naturally. A science-backed guide for women over 40 in partnership with the Holistic Professionals and Cavern. Table of contents. And it now provides a really nice ebook that you can read and go through. Beautiful, right? Now think about this, right? This is going to be the first thing that customers receive even before the product, obviously, because the way this is going to work is as soon as someone submits an order, they will then be prompted with an email from your brand that will send them this ebook, which is absolutely amazing. So the way to now get this to your customer right away as soon as they order automatically is pretty simple. So you can actually download this as a PDF. This technically is an HTML file. So if we go here, you can see that there's code and all this stuff. So what we're going to do is hit this drop down here, and then we're going to hit download. And again, it's going to download as an HTML file. It's not going to download it as a PDF. Okay, that's not really going to make too much of a difference, but just so you know. Now we're going to go back to ChatGPT, and I'm going to tell ChatGPT, here's my logo. And now based on the ebook you just generated for me, create a ChatGPT prompt that creates a cover that aligns with my brand and title, and then I gave it the website. So it gave me a script. And then I'd copy that script in and say, hey, generate an image. And I literally just, excuse me, I literally just copy this just so I can review the script to make sure it's good before I asked it to generate it. But then you can literally just say, like, follow up with saying, hey, generate this image, or generate an image and then just copy this and then paste it in. Then it's going to generate a nice cover for you. And then I follow up by saying, now take this design and generate a high quality photo shoot of this cover as an actual book sitting on a piece of wood in a lush forest. The reason why I did this is because this is going to be the little sneak peek image that people will see on the actual page. And maybe what I should have done is I should have said, generate this in a 1x1 format. So I did want this actually in a 1x1 format just because we're going to upload this on our page. And as you can see here, the ebook is there, but we want to make sure people visualize that and see that. They say in marketing, when someone can see a picture of something that they're going to receive, they're more likely to actually want to buy it versus not seeing a picture of something. So it brings it more to life. It makes it more tangible. So ChatGPT is going to regenerate this image, hopefully properly in a 1x1 format. And then all that's left is to literally go into Shopify, go to products, create this as a product. So whatever the name of your ebook is, in this case, mine is 15 holistic solutions to regrow hair. That might be a little long. So we're just going to say 15 hair growth tips for women. Okay. Price is going to be 0. You can do a compare price of like, say $9.99 to show the perceived value of this product being a little bit more expensive. Inventory track, turn off. Shipping for a physical product, turn off because it's obviously not a physical product. And then make sure on the right-hand side, status is active. All these stores are published and active and turned on. And then the last thing is to obviously just take your image here, which this generated nicely for the most part. And then all you have to do is go back here, upload this as a cover image. And then just 2 last simple steps. Save that, and now you have a product. Then you're going to go into the App Store, and then you're going to type in this app here called Digital Downloads. It's a free app, and it basically allows you to give your customers a digital download every time they make a purchase. So we're going to just go in and find that book we just created, which is here. We're going to take that downloaded file we had from earlier and slap it on in here. Hit the gear icon, and it should say automatically send files, and then the customer has unlimited downloads. If they want to download it 1 million times, they can. Hit save. And then to double check your work to make sure this works, open up an incognito tab, copy that list, this link here that says create downloadable link, paste it in, and just make sure that when the customers hit download, it downloads it and they can open it up as an HTML. Perfect. Now you know your link works, and they'll get an email when that order comes through with their product. There you go. And that's cool. It says visit carvin.com. Sweet. And that is how you create an ebook. But we're not done yet. You got to go to your bundler tool and just make sure that it's added into your bundler tool. So if we go into the peptide bundle here, go to offers. I'm only offering the ebook on the 3rd bundle. So then what we'll do is we'll hit free gift. I'm using Rappi. If you guys want to use the same bundler tool, I'll leave a link in the description of this training. Select product, select the product. 15 hair growth tips for women. Boom. And now that should be saved. We can show original price, but it's a free product, so it won't even matter. And then we can rename this plus hair growth, holistic hair growth. Hair growth guide. We'll just leave it as that. I think that's fine. Boom. Hit save. Make sure you publish. And now, if customers go to my website and they want to get the 6-pack bundle, they also get this free ebook as well. That if we add it to the cart, you can see here it's in the cart. It's free. It normally is $9.99. That was the compare price, but now it shows up in the cart like this. Perfect. All right. So that's all you got to do, guys.